everybody, it's Cindy with Cindy's Crochet Corner and Cozy Bumblebee, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to do the eyes on This Little Piggy Baby Lovey. This Little Piggy Baby Lovey is available in my Etsy shop, the pattern, and it is Cozy Bumblebee Co. is the name of my Etsy shop, and I will put a link in the description below this video to the pattern so you can see and you can go ahead and crochet along. So what you'll need for this is obviously your little piggy head and some crochet thread or embroidery floss, and I like to get about a good 1.5 feet of embroidery thread, and then obviously an embroidery or yarn needle. And we're going to start, I've already done in the last tutorial, I showed you how to surface crochet the pig nose, and I've went ahead and put my nostrils in. Now as you can see, these nostrils don't look even, and that will happen because of the way we crochet in the round. So you may have to, I've taken, many times I've taken them out and put them back in. In this particular one, since I'm just showing you the eyes, I'm not going to get too concerned about this at this moment, but you may find yourself having to take these out and put them back in until you get them right. It doesn't look that much different, so you could even leave those, that'd be fine. But you may, instead of going through the 2 holes between the stitches, you may have to take a sharper needle and go in the stitch actually to get those the same size, because you see this one's bigger than that one. That will occur, so you just have to be careful about that when you're crocheting or embroidering your nostrils. But for this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do the eyes. And so what I do is, again, here's the bottom. I showed you in the last video, this is the bottom of the pig where the little notch is here. And then here are the nostrils. And the reason I like to do the nostrils before the eyes is because if you do the eyes first and then you put the nostrils in, you'll find it'll be wonky. So your eyes might be, you know, too far one way or too far the other, and it just looks out of proportion. So I like to put the nostrils in, and that way I can gauge where I want the eyes. So my nostrils are here. Here's the center line. If I go right up to the center line here, and I want my eyes on either side, I like to put 1 stitch in between the beginning of the eyes. You don't have to do that. You can put your eyes further apart, closer together, whichever you prefer. But I like to have just 1 stitch between both of the eyes. So this looks about, that looks about the center line. So I'm going to start right here. And I enter from the side, and I go up to the spot I want. And that is row, I believe that's row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is between row 5 and 6. I go ahead and insert my needle, leave a little tail hanging here so you can tie it off later. And then I go up at a diagonal. So from this row to the next row, like in a diagonal. And then I go over, I count 1, 2 holes from this diagonal. So 1, 2, go up through to that hole, and then keep your yarn on this side of the needle. Don't have it on this side of the needle. You want it around that side of the needle. And then you pull that through. And as you can see, that gives you a little lift in that eye. Then you're going to turn your head upside down, go into that same hole, go into the same hole, out this same hole here that you started. And then pull that snug. You want to pull all of this snug, and that kind of secures and locks that into position there. And then I like to go here to the next hole over, and then up there. And then I like to go up here for the little eyelash. And then this will make the eyelash, and then I simultaneously go over here to where I want the second eye. You could finish off there and then start the second eye with a whole new piece of thread. I like to do it all in one. Just makes it a little quicker. So now I look and just make sure it's going to look correct with the center of the nostrils, and that does look like it's going to be in the right placement. So do the same with the second eye. I just came up through this hole. I got 1 hole in between, and then I'm going to go at a diagonal. And then I'm going to go, so here's my diagonal. I'm going to go 1, 2 holes from that diagonal line up through here. Make sure you're yarn is over or under the needle, not over the needle. So you want to, if it is over the needle, just move it to that side, then pull it through, and then go back down through that same hole and make sure this is kind of snug. Go back down through that same hole, out through the same beginning hole. And then I'm going to go one hole over. And then I'm going to go right here in this one. And it doesn't matter if you want to go up here or here. I like to go at a diagonal if it's available. And then I come back out where I began. And I tie that off, and then I bury it in the head. So let's go ahead and do that. Now you could, if you wanted, if I use the worsted weight cotton yarn for the nostrils just because it's a thicker yarn and I don't have to go through so many times. If you wanted to use the crochet thread, you could, when you finish this eye, just cut a longer piece of crochet thread, and once you finish that eye, you could weave it here, and then you could do the nostrils all with that crochet piece. I like using this worsted weight yarn because it is thicker and I don't have to go back and forth so many times. So that's just lazy on my part, but you could do either way. You could use your crochet thread, your embroidery floss, or the cotton yarn for the nostrils. That's just my preference, is the cotton. So I tied that off because, as I said in the last video, I like to keep it safe for babies, even though I don't know that it matters, but I like to have it tied off because we're going to bury it in the head anyway. And then I just go in one hole, out the other, pull it tight, cut it off here, and cut it off there. And that is a pig face. And those are the sleepy eyes. So if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I have a lot of other videos on there about with amigurumi. I've got some beginner-friendly patterns, and there'll be more to come. And I hope to see you soon. Thanks, and have a great day.